truck already. Light truck. Strap. Falling over. There we go. There it is. Off-roading. Oh, it's off-roading. Off-roading's not good in this thing. Here we are. There's a guitar. It's a Fender. It's just a Starcaster. But hey, you know, it's been good to me so far. I mean, I don't think I've dropped it. It was bought at a garage sale years ago. And it sat for a long time till my friend Mike, of Mike and the Dissidents fame and other fame, he's got other bands that he had. He'll have a new band soon. But Mike DeBose was encouraging me with my with my stuff. I'd never really played electric guitar before. You might still think I haven't played electric guitar. But it don't matter. There's still the freedom of expression. And who asked you? Anyhow, I'm sure you can hear me on the mic, on the boom mic. Just cruising around. Here's one of the county courts of something. You can get married over here. I've seen them like getting married at all these courts, so I don't know. They'll be all dressed up. You'll know. Usually. Governor's Community Achievement Award for an attractive environment. Look all this dirt. Can't grow anything into this tree hardly. But this grass ain't gonna grow here. It's just dirt. Governor's Dirt Achievement. Dirty. Governor is dirty. Here's the precinct 5 court. This is where they have a pedestrian case against me for filming the police, a police retaliation case. Yet another one by dirty, corrupt police down here. And what are they gonna do? There's your Freemason Lodge sticker on the corner of that Hiram F. Lively Grandmaster. Could eat them. Could be a lot of things. Anybody can sell out. Anybody can run for a public office or do whatever. But what about the rest of the people that we're protesting against? What about that? What about the rest of the people? What about the people's right to protest? How come there's people in jail for protesting right now? Actually, there may not be any, but there were, as of earlier today, there was still at least one. There was 3 members of the press that were arrested, probably violently. Been all sorts of violence by the police. When is this stupid light going to change? I'm ready for rock. All right, here we go. Are you ready to rock? I'm ready to rock. I want to rock. Let's do it. See how far rock and roll can be colonized. Rock and roll coming through. We're going to go talk to this lovely DA.
Oh. Good.
Lovely. Jose, can you hear me? Jose. Jose, can't you do anything? Jose, can you hear me? Some Karen over here was saying I'm too loud. Tell me to move. I ended up moving. I just don't like being told what to do. Sorry. Sorry, that's just who I am. Just cool. Ow. Ran into myself for rock music. I like this fake grass. It's very interesting green. I actually like this cafe here. Phoebe's. They're the bomb. I like them. So there's a nice shade tree right here. I think this is a good spot. Is this the only shade? There's no shade on that side, is there? Over there? Oh man. Well, if I fall over, let me know. The state seal here is falling apart from the heat. The state seal, I don't think it was falling apart yesterday. Actually, it looks like someone might have tried to peel it off. I'm not sure what. See it? It's all peeled. I don't believe it was like that yesterday. You can look at my videos. I was here yesterday protesting for all of y'all that are new to the party. We're going to be protesting the DA as long as I want to forever. That's your right. And the DA hasn't done right by me. Oh yeah, he's dismissed some cases after trying to get a grand jury to indict me. Which they did. Any case against the cops is going to be a problem. Any case. Oh, there's a little shade right here. I don't know. I feel like they say they can't hear me. I want them to hear me. I feel like they should be able to hear me. What I feel like. I would like to have a little shade, but you know, it don't really matter. Nobody cares. Does anybody care anymore? Did everybody just stop caring? People that call themselves Americans, they don't care? Because how are you going to remain Americans if you don't care? Has anybody thought about the consequences of a militarized police state going full martial law in 2025 against all citizens, including and even if, and possibly including people like you that may not be brown or black? I'm not going to say what I would call you, because you guys will get mad and you'll say, why did he pull the card? He pulled the card. It's your card. Why are you scared of your card? It's your Trump card. Your MAGA hat. I don't have a MAGA hat. Well, in the eyes of the justice system, I do. If you don't know, I can't tell you. No, I can't. I don't love this stuff here. Let me see how it goes there. Oh, I'm hot already. So I will be out here as a member of the press. It's called Activist Press. I'm pressing for our rights. I'm pressing for the truth. I'm not just satisfied with the status quo that benefits people not like me. I'm interested in the knife coming out of all of our backs. That's what I'm interested in. Oh, this is going to be loud towards me. I have no idea what I'm doing. Acoustically, I have no idea some days. There's so many different ways you can do the same thing. If you just arrange your pedals in a different order, which you don't talk to me about my pedals right now. My pedals are here. My pedals are right here. O-M to the G. You want to see the pedals? Yeah. I need to make a board. I know, Mike. I need to make a board. My rock mentor, you would call him, Mike, would say, make a board. Buy a board, actually, is what he would say. But I'm trying to make a board. Make this thing go zoom out. That's great. Alright, I gotta move. Don't talk to me about my pedals right now. You won't like your answers. Alright. I like that one too. I don't know about all these. I don't know about all that. I would like a microphone that works, but I doubt if I have one. Somebody Right. You might have a microphone that works. I doubt it. I doubt it. Had some used mics and they were already used. Let's get our main power going here. Hi, free music for justice. Feel free to come back in 5 minutes. Spread the word. Tell Jose I said hi. How high is he that he fucking lets the cops arrest protesters violently like that? Swore an oath to defend the Constitution and all those cops. Problem with that story. Alright, so. Tower. Good, we're halfway there. Sorry, y'all. When I get a board, this will take a lot less time. A pedal board. Oh, yeah, wires are crossed. It's better not to travel with them like this anyway. I don't think I need this one. Put it over here. Looks like the DA's office. Head cops are here. Okay, it's turning into a mess real fast. Main tower. Have they even gotten out of the car yet? I don't think so. Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. Darth Vader mobile has exited the vehicle yet. I feel like I need to go and put right here. Yeah, that's what I feel like. And I'll put over there. I don't feel like I need to jump across that one right there. It's going to be different than I've ever played before, by the way, because I don't think I've used this configuration yet. To put the distortion ahead of the wah. Uh-oh, which one's this one? Out. Out. Bypass. Okay. This one goes in. Out. What the hell is this? This is the amp plugged in. That's super great. You gotta have the amp plugged in for the power of rock. The power of rock. Should be on. We're plugged in there. This is not the way I usually do it, but sometimes it is. So I guess I should say it's not the way I mean to do it, but sometimes I'm in a hurry to rock. Today we're going to rock a little bit. Hopefully we might get to interview some police officers on the challenges of the First Amendment for their ability to control free speech that's unpopular, and how the constitutional law on that isn't on their favor. Yeah. Out. camera thing. Oh, man, I feel like there's a missing link here somewhere. Alright, let me put it in this. Put it in this one. Alright. Another cable. Which one of these microphone ones goes where? I forgot. These things are good. Yeah, I guess it does. Which one of these microphones does suck? I think this one had a short. Test. Okay, test. Orale test. Orale. Jose. Escuchen. Orale. Orale. Culero. Jose Garza. Can you hear me now? You asked me to speak up to you, but then you don't answer the phone. You said that you were going to reform the police and you were going to hold police accountable for the crimes. Yeah, you let them throw a trans brown woman on the ground and beat her face in, leaving blood on our streets on 6th Street, South by Southwest this year, in March 2nd, at night, next to Malafama. Next to the club, the Latin club. What is going on? I thought you were pro-marginalized communities, pro-reform, pro-police accountability. What are they? I don't think so. I don't think so. What about Sean Ruggiero that you let run into me and my co-filmer, Bree? You let him run into us while we were pedestrians. Crossing the road, you let him run into us with his truck and do a hit and run. He's a freaking district rep. I'm not gonna cuss. Give me 30 seconds of not cussing before I escalate. What about all the women that have been raped by police officers and continue to be raped, even on the streets where they say you will have sex with an officer or you are under arrest? What about that? Is that okay, Jose Garza? What about the protesters that are surrounded and wrapped in the constitutional exercise of freedom of assembly and freedom to protest your government for a redress of grievances? What about all that? ¿Qué pasó? Órale. Don't be a culero if you don't want to be called a culero. You understand, right? Comprende? Don't be a culero if you don't want to be called one. Because we will call you out in this city. This is Austin, Texas. This is a live music capital of the freaking world. Where were you? Where were you sleeping? Or were you comfortable? Because there's like 50,000 homeless on the street in Austin. There's veterans, white people, brown people, black people, indigenous people, women, people with no legs, people with one leg, people with no arms. You know, all these people that have all sorts of issues, that health problems. And what are you doing about it? You let the cops predate upon them and rape them and steal their stuff every week and cause 500 people to die a year or more? And how many more is the Austin Police Department burying in the fields? How many? How many are there? We want a number. We want to know where they're buried and when they want their bodies recovered and given to the families to be given a proper burial. And we want justice. Justice. We want accountability. We want all of it. We want everything that you promised when you ran for office and under your oath. If you violate your oath, you have done treason against the people. You become the enemy within. We already have the enemy within. Look at Abbott, look at Paxton, look at all those pedos, MAGAs, all of them. Look at them. Look at Epstein Island, look at Trump, look at that. I didn't say it. I said I wasn't gonna cuss. I'm not gonna cuss. I said Trump. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you 30 more seconds of no cussing. Hi, how's it going? You want an interview? Security's watching me. Yeah, Jose, we're really tired of it. You want to act like MAGA, but dress like us? No tacos for Jose. No tacos for Jose. No tacos for you, Jose. Sorry. Sorry, Jose. Ay, cabas. Where am I with this? Effects going on that part. Come on, rock monster. Rock bastard. Loose. I like that color. Cable. Let me put it over here. Okay, what's going on with the cables? Son of a biscuit. That's whatever. Jose, don't forget about us. We're here. Hey. Need this. Get going. Hold on. I don't know where we're gonna put this. I guess right there. Jose. Test. Test, Jose. 1, 2, 3. Uno, dos, tres. Jose Garza, we're calling you out for all the injustice that you allowed, all of it. Guess what? Viva la gente. Pinche el culeros. Pinche la migra. Freedom for la gente. about the justice for the trans female that was beat up by Officer Locken, who just retired with this money and to escape accountability? What about those charges? Why is he still on the streets? Lock that fucking bad cop up. That's my car. My car, this kid. Jose Garza, we're tired of the injustices. Jose Garza, can you hear me now? How many years am I gonna have to fucking talk to the DA's office before they stop partnering with bad rapists, racists, murdering, shitbag cops? Like Christopher Taylor, bad cop, murdered Mike Ramos, and he murdered a doctor. You let him get away with it for the most part. He's still running around with a gun, looking like a Rittenhouse. Little white MAGA with an AR. Pow, 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 that's what you let him do. You let him blow Mike Ramos's brains all over the car. That's murder of the blue degree. 3 times the crime, 3 times the punishment. Rajmoon Singh, within seconds APD shot him in his own house. Right out front with his own gun on his own house. Castle law. Castle law for who? For only for rich white people? We're headed into martial law, and this is where you're sending us. Way to go, Jose Garza. You either stand for the people or you stand for our oppression. People can be fucking silent in times of great oppression, but you have no moral authority to talk if you don't stand up for something when you're standing up for nothing but your face. justice for all. Help, Jose! We need your help! You're hurting us! You're letting the police kill us! What the hell, Jose? Drop the charges! The First Amendment is your duty! Jose Garza! We want justice and we want it now. Doesn't give a shit. I know most of the press doesn't give a shit, Jose. But I do. I believe if you're the press, you should act like it and press for justice. I don't think you should be complacent in times of great injustice and oppression. When the Nazi MAGAs are marching lockstep down the street with their jackboot thugs in blue, where will you be, Jose? Will you be a Mexican-American, or will you be a Nazi? The time is now to join the people. You don't think this shit's gonna last long, dude? Who do you think outnumbers who? The government or the people? Whose land do you think you're standing on? Get off my land. If you can't assimilate with my culture, you can leave. Stop being brown, or the police will shoot you. They'll run you over with their police cars. Stop being black, or the police will run you over and shoot you and steal your weed. Stop being trans, or the police will beat you and leave your teeth on the cement. Stop the blue. Stop the blue. The blue criminals first. By all means necessary. sing justice. Justice for Pickle. Justice. Justice for Landon Nobles. Justice for Aquantis Givens. Justice for Kevin Brown. Justice for all the people wrapped up in the Constitution that the DA lets the police oppress and doesn't file charges. False arrest is a crime. Police abuse is a crime. Aggravated assault with a deadly weapon is a crime. Aggravated assault with injury is a crime. These are felonies. You let these felons walk the street while you hide the G drive? Give us the whole drive. Give me the drive now. I'll turn off this guitar if you give me the G drive right freaking now. Do you hear me, Garza? I say give me the drive. Give me the whole damn drive. I'm tired of asking you punks for the accountability and transparency that you leak out of the side of your neck when you lie to the people as a politician. Politicians lie. They play tricks. They don't tell the truth. We already know. We already know. When do the police get held accountable? When does the DA become accountable and transparent to the people of Austin? When in the hell are you going to comply with the people? Speak to the DA about the injustices? Just, Is this the DA? Yeah. Drop all the charges against the protesters! All charges against the protesters need to be dropped immediately! Waiting for my voice. Oh. Drop the charges against all the protesters! Graffiti does not equal violence! Cuts to Medicaid! Cuts to education equals violence. Breaking up families. Breaking up families. Like the justice. ICE equals violence. ICE equals KKK. Nazis too, yeah. Nazis. Yeah, for real. Woo! Yeah, I'm just... Are you coming Saturday? I should be there filming, but today I'm just pressing. I love this. Today I'm doing something a little different. I love this. So I pushed the envelope a little bit between press and... I wish my phone is dead or I would like take a good picture. You want to send me stuff? Yeah. Picture you and me together. I mean, so if you want a video, I guess you can. Yeah, I don't like being sat in front of the video, perfect. But that's okay. There we go.
How many bad cops did you let assault people yesterday that I watched? Outside the Geneva Convention, outside of the Constitution, outside of your oath. You're an oath breaker. You're a failure to your parents. You're a failure to the people. You're a failure to the law. You are a disgrace and we will run you the fuck out of this back country if you're not going to assimilate with our culture. We were here first. Remember that. You don't work for MAGA. You work for the people. Always remember that shit. We're coming for you. If you break your oath, you commit treason. And it's a high crime. We want these thugs brought to justice. We want Brian Yarger brought to justice. We know he quit to avoid accountability. And we want him in jail. He's a flight risk and a danger to the public. And a white supremacist. We want the men, the Officer Walken and the others to beat up the trans brown woman during South Fight. They should be in fucking jail. If you don't put them in jail, you should be in jail. Do you understand? The shit rolls downhill from the people.
Oh yeah. I have to go because my boyfriend's picking me up and my phone is dead, so I told him I'd be over there. But I have to go home and I said I have to go say hi.
I'm glad you're out, by the way. Let's interview.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Text me.
Bye.
Don't be a punk! Don't be a punk!
We got the whole crew up here. We got the whole crew on the block. No wonder she left. There's all these security clowns. Hi. The parking people said you're in the no parking zone. I told them it's my car.
Okay.
But they didn't want to give me a ticket.
I got you. I appreciate that.
All right, you have a good day. Ay, caramba. much to talk about, Jose. There's so much to talk about. There's women being raped on the streets of Austin by Austin police officers. Jose Garza! Jose Garza, can you hear me? Let me pick up my voice. Let me. Jose Garza, test 1 2. Test 1 2. Jose Garza, can you hear me? Is your hearing aid on? Is your fucking hearing aid on? Is your thin blue line hearing aid on? Because you're letting cops rape women in Austin. You've been letting it go. The women on the streets tell me they're going to be under arrest if they don't have sex with cops. That's what the police are telling them. Is that okay with you? The Office of Police Oversight said they couldn't do anything about it because we don't have enough specifics. It's your job to uphold the law and to investigate and to charge cops with crimes. You're not doing your job. We want our money back. Just write me a check for whatever the fuck you took from us in taxes. Write me a check because it's malfeasance. If you don't do your job, we'll arrest you. You understand that, right? This is America. This is the law that you live under. If you don't like the law, you shouldn't have sworn an oath to it. If you didn't want to do your job, you shouldn't have taken a paycheck. And tell Officer Doc Holliday in there for flashing his gun at me for filming that I'm a member of the press, as he knows, and I don't give a blank about his badge. You see how I'm not cussing right there? That's for you, Jose. Jose Culero. Culero Casa. Jose. You know what, Jose? You know what? You know what? You hear that? That's the cries of the children and the families that you're destroying by letting these cops go roughshod from the Fed all the way down to the municipal, down to APD. They're just running roughshod, hurting women, hurting children, hurting people, running around, raping women, taking their children after they were forced to have the baby. Ask Linda Nuno about that. Ask the people what's going on with the police and their confidential informants. This city is one of the most corrupt cities in the nation with the police department. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? When are you going to do something? How much money do you get paid? Let me know. Let me know. I want your paycheck. Because I don't think you deserve shit. In fact, take the word accountability out of your mouth, like I told you yesterday. Don't say that word to us. You don't know what it means to hold the police accountable. You ran as a politician on that platform saying you were going to reform the police and save us from these rotten police. And they're worse now than when you got here. How does that happen? Because a fish rots from the head. Lisa Davis is corrupt. Brian Manley's corrupt. These cops are corrupt, and the DA's office is corrupt. The sheriff's department is corrupt. Across the street, they torture people right across the street from you. They beat up protesters in the jail. They make people... They do PREA acts of rape in the jail. They don't care. You're responsible for the law, and we're not going to sit by and take this shit no more. You understand that? All good cops hate bad cops. All good lawyers hate DA Garza. That's the deal. All the smoke is over. We're not going to be looking at onward through the fog with your ass. You have broke the law. We know what you're doing. You have bad medicine. And you will be receiving the bad medicine that you have given to others. That's what you will get. Mark my words. As the ancestors said on this Turtle Island right here, mark my words. You colonizer will also be held to account by the Great Spirits. Can you hear me, Jose? Jose Garza, you're a bad cop loving, bad cop lover. Put those cops in jail. Charge these cops with crimes. Make them sit their time in prison. Unlike the one APD officer that raped his girlfriend that got caught, and you gave him bond, and he went to Mexico. We had to extradite him. Bad cops should be in prison with no bond because they're a flight risk. You know that. Why is Yarger out on bond? Why is Christopher Taylor out? Why are these bad cops that have murdered people out? What is going on? There's no such thing as a good shoot in a crowd. You let APD run roughshod with AR-15s at a
black and a brown clubs up north, an after hours clubs, and he got me arrested for nothing for filming it. Cops don't need an AR-15 to arrest a black man for some weed in Travis County. You understand that? Jose, they told you no pot arrests in Travis County. You understand that, right? You need to be going after rapist cops. You don't need to be worried about what plants and medications people are on. That's not your problem. You got enough fucking problems, and I'm one of them. I'm right here in 78701, or whatever number I'm in right now. I'm their problem in this zip code right here where you work, right here. I can come back tomorrow, I can come back tonight, I can come back yesterday, I can come back anytime. Expect us.
Oh, it's good for now. Test one. Test Jose Garza. Careful. Have you called someone for you? Want me to call someone?
Yeah.
Who do you want me to call?
I have enough for an Uber.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but Uber's on my phone.
Oh yeah. I don't have Uber.
Melvin has my phone, but I'm not actually sure. Point of fact. I should have my phone. I've been doing all that lately.
What's going on with this thing?
I do actually have to take shit, I think.
Well, there's a bathroom down the road that way. Or the courthouse. You can just go in the courthouse, it's all air conditioned. There's a lot of bathrooms. There's a bathroom on every floor.
Courthouse is where.
So we're gonna pack up the rock monster. I think that's good for right now. Oh, hot. Lady just got out of jail and I made a text to her friend to come bring her cigarettes on her phone. She's got money for Uber, she says. She needs to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna take all this stuff down the proper way. Yeah, it's part of the police targeting people. The lady seems to have mental health issues, and then the government doesn't do anything, but we pay them taxes. And then the people that do mental health, I told them we need help, and they don't listen to me. So we need a new system because integral care is not functional. Integral care won't help you most of the time. You might have one success story out of 1,000. Like this thing used to be. I'm putting all my cables in this. fit in here. This should fit. That woman's gonna be okay. Hope the cops don't target her because DA guards ain't gonna help us. People don't have resources to help anybody, supposedly. Well, when are we gonna do something like about that? It's called mutual aid. When are we gonna do some freaking mutual aid around here? You think Mobile Oaks and Fishes, the other one's Foundation, Austin Mutual Aid, Echo, and all these other criminal organizations, Urban Alchemy, Urban League of Austin, you think any of them care? There she is in the middle of the street, no doubt. Yeah. She needs help. She needs mental health care, and we don't have it in Austin. I'm sorry, we don't. We've been complaining about that and trying to get justice for mental health people. It's not happening in Austin. Austin's corrupt. Austin, they just take. I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings when I called out Jose Garza. You know, no justice, no peace. No racist police. Send me a message. Well, that was good. Just little practice. I felt like my guitar was out of tune most of the time, but hey, Jose doesn't get a tuned guitar. Sorry. Jose gonna be a bad boy. He's gonna get bad medicine. You don't like the medicine, you can change his ways. It's very simple. We need to hold our government accountable for the things that they've done to the people. And even if it doesn't affect you, it will eventually. So you need to be proactive and get on this stuff. All of y'all should be out here protesting. And if you don't like my music, come show me how to play music. Come on. If you don't like my free speech, come show me how to ask for justice. Come on. If you don't know how to sue the police in federal court like I do, come show me. Come show me how you do it. If you think you can do it. In the meantime, it's just me doing this work. Over here, I'm glad that Alexandria stopped by from 5051, which is a national group. She's a local organizer. She just got out of jail for being at the protest, at a peaceful protest. They might tell you that it was a riot, and I agree. The police did a riot. The police made a riot. There was nothing going on really except for a little graffiti, and then the police wanted to escalate for the MAGA crowd, for the Thin Blue Line crowd and all that. And that's exactly what they did. They followed through with their threats to intimidate peaceful protesters, just like they've been doing to the anti-war protesters since Vietnam, and with the current wars going on also. thirsty and hot. I didn't bring any water or nothing. I know. I was in a hurry to get here. Oh, there's a guitar pick. They were gonna have too many guitar picks laying around. Oh. And that's it. What up? They're gonna be looking for you at the jail if they come. Over there. Over in front of there. Give me a text and tell you to meet you somewhere else, 7-Eleven or something.
Yeah,
There's
sure. Can you call another number for me?
Yeah, sure. Hold on.
Better number, more reliable.